What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. We got in this episode a pretty wild episode. Billions of dollars approved by President Biden. That's right. I'll show it to you here directly on the screen. This is actually the modern day 2024 stimulus checks. Stimulus is a different type of stimulus nowadays, and I'll show it to you here on the screen in this video. Next up, multiple different things here in this video. You're going to want to watch all the way to the end. Next up, will the Senate approve even more money? We'll go over that here also in this video. Some wild twists and turns for you guys here in this video. We'll go over that here next. If you've been watching my channel, I keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. So make sure to subscribe down below, click the bell icon so you don't miss out on new videos. And smash the like button for me in this video. We're going to have some stuff that you might like, you might not like in this video. But remember, I am just the messenger. Politicians and presidents, whether you like them, don't like them, whether you're Democrat, Republican, I'm just the messenger. And, just remember, it's not me. You might like this stuff, you might not. Here we go. Let's start with this. Okay, when we talk about modern day stimulus money going to Americans, this is one of the big ones, okay? 2024, Biden just coming out today announcing this. This is the latest round from the Biden administration. Biden administration to forgive $7.4 billion in student debt for another 277,000 borrowers. Just announced today, this is just the latest round. The Biden administration announced Friday it was forgiving student debt for another 277,000 borrowers. After the Supreme Court struck down President Joe Biden's wide-scale debt cancellation, the president directed the U.S. Department of Education to examine its existing authority to reduce and eliminate student debt, mainly by improving current loan relief program. The department has cleared the education debt already of 4.3 million people, totaling $153 billion in aid, while Biden has already been in office. So when you talk about money going to the people, $153 billion has already gone out to people with student loan debt. You might be for this, you might be against this. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comment. This latest round looks like it's going to be in two different stages here. More than 206,000 borrowers will collectively get $3.6 billion in debt erased through the Biden administration's new SAVE plan, saving on a valuable education due to the provision that allows for debt forgiveness after shorter periods than other income-driven repayment plans for those who originally took out small amounts for college. And more than 65,000 borrowers will have their loans canceled through fixes to the Department of Education's income-driven repayment plans. And 4,600 borrowers are benefiting from the improvements to the government's loan forgiveness program for public servants. These are like teachers and different people in there as well. If you think you might qualify for something like this, go to Google, type in student loan forgiveness. Once you get past like the news stories here, the first result should be studentaid.gov. Go to that, the government website, go to there. You'll see public service loan, student loan forgiveness. Go to the government website. You can go on there and see if you qualify, or they may have already contacted you, but that is how you can get more information from the government website. You guys can let me know your thoughts on this. I'll get to the next segment right now. People talk about, money going to foreign countries, Ukraine, Israel, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, that's been going on for decades, not just those two countries. This is coming from the Biden administration through existing programs that they're kind of revamping, and people are questioning this money. This is money for Americans. This next one is gonna tick off some people here as well. Let me know your thoughts on this. On life support, Senate Republicans are prepared to sink the child tax credit bill, a $78 billion package of tax breaks, aka checks, for families and businesses that has already passed the House on an overwhelming bipartisan support. But key GOP Republican senators demand big changes or else is probably not going to pass for now. Here's why. And this would have meant more money for families with children, tens of millions of families actually. Republican senators are saying no. So this is where, on one hand, you see Americans, families with student loans getting help. On the other hand, you're going to see American families not getting help. This passed the Republican House-controlled House, but Republican senators are saying no to helping families. This bill that passed the House in January, which is several months ago now, a rare feat in a divided House, this passed overwhelmingly, has struggled in the Senate. That has not come up for a vote because it does not have the votes to pass, where key Republicans have said they'll kill it unless it includes major revisions. Senate Democrats have 51 seats. They need 60 votes to pass it. But with tax filing season close to finishing, election year politics heating up, there's no hint of a resolution in sight. Democratic leaders are eager to pass it, which according to one analysis would benefit 16 million children in low-income households. Some Republicans openly warn they may sink it. Senator Thom Tillis from North Carolina, a member of the House committee, said he'd be happy to see the entire tax bill fade away, saying, quote, "I hope so," adding that it doesn't have the necessary 60 votes to pass in the Senate. Republican Senator Crapo, what a name, said, "I honestly think unless Senator Crapo indicates they're negotiating in good faith, I don't see how they have a path," referring to Mike Crapo of Idaho, the ranking Republican on the Finance Committee. If it's just about a vote on the floor, I don't think they have the path. The bill would expand the child tax credits and lift the $1,600 cap on refundability and adjust it for inflation, with the biggest benefits going to multi-child families with low incomes. It also includes some business tax breaks, including research and development for small businesses. Crapo told NBC News on Tuesday that he would still have problems with a number of provisions. He wants to eliminate a look-back policy that would let taxpayers use a previous year income if it yielded a larger child tax credit, aka more money for American families, arguing that the current language weakens the work requirement, saying the bill would create entitlement spending that would generate significantly higher deficits. He called for spending cuts to fund the child tax credit expansion. Those are just the starts. Just the start, he said. He would like the business tax breaks. Republican Senator Chuck Grassley agrees about the limiting of the parameters of the child tax credits. So here's exactly what they're saying. You read it right with me. These bills have to get approved. So the reason that Biden can do the forgiveness on the student loan forgiveness is because those are already bills that are there, and he's just enhancing them. Okay, these child tax credits, for them to change them, they have to be approved, and Republican senators they're literally telling you what they say. They don't want to give more money to American families. They don't want to increase the deficit. They're also saying, I don't have the quote right here, but they think printing more money would add more inflation. So, and some people agree with this. So, printing more money would add more inflation. So they don't want to do this. So I'm going to see comments that say they have money for Ukraine. They have money for, for wars. Tupac said it famously. They got money for wars, but can't feed the poor, which, largely is true. Remember that Republicans and Democrats, when they put money for Ukraine, it had to be approved in the House and the Senate and signed by the president. So both parties had to pass that for that money to be spent. A lot of people blame that on the president. The president didn't get that money until it was passed by both parties and then sent to his desk. So just remember that. But when it comes to money for American families, they're like, no, we don't have money for that. We can't approve that. This is what's happening. So remember, when election time comes, these are the people, Republican, Democrat, whoever. Remember, 95% of senators and Republicans and Democrats and House, whoever they are, 95% of people get reelected every election, no matter what party they are. 95% of people get reelected, and no matter what the vote is. 95% of them get reelected, and they tell you what they want to hear when election time comes. But this is what it is. So, let me know your thoughts on this. So when it comes to money for seniors, money for Social Security, money for families, money for whoever, they vote on it. They vote on it, and then, they determine what America spends money on. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I will keep you up to date with everything happening here on a daily basis. Share this video with anybody that needs to hear it. Click here to see why the U.S. government is on high alert after what just happened. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video.